Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This is where I bring you great interviews from your favorite artists, vlogs, podcasts, and so much more. Now, today is a really special day, and it's a day that one can only ever dream, but it's coming to reality. And I'm trying super hard not to fangirl too much about what's about to happen. Okay, but when you get told that you're going to be speaking to one of the most iconic siblings in gospel music, and one that made you fall deeper in love with gospel music, although you thought at first, is this really gospel music? But it is. You can't help but get excited. So joining me today are one of gospel music's most loved brothers, with hits such as Whenever I'm Lonely, Need to Know, do you know who it is yet? Wrapped Up, Get Down, and so many other great hits. It's none other than Anson and Eric Dawkins, aka Dawkins and Dawkins. Welcome.
What's up? Hey, what's up? Lady T.
Hi guys.
T in the house.
How you doing?
Hey. We're awesome.
Well.
We're awesome. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm kind of like, my heart is racing a little bit. I'm just going to be honest with you, because this is one of those moments you can only dream of, like I said, because it's like, wait, I get to speak to like two people that I grew up listening to, like, pitch me somebody, pitch me.
Not a dream. It's not a dream.
No, it's real. It's a reality, and I'm so happy that it is reality. So, but thank you guys once again for joining me today. It's an absolute pleasure. How are you guys doing? How's the weather? Like, how's the day been so far? Because it's quite early for you guys, isn't it?
The weather's pretty nice. It's turned out to be a really nice day. I actually struck up the grill just to get it kind of in. Yeah, I think we're gonna grill some stuff today. That kind of weather in California.
See, this is why I want to move to America, because I just want to have a grill. It's a weekday. I want to have a grill. Why not? Let's have a barbecue.
Listen. When you feel it, like the spirit, like when you feel it, you gotta move.
No. See, I'm in Washington. And it's only going to get up to about 55 today. So there's no grill, no nothing today. It might rain. I don't know, but I'm just going to enjoy. I'm going to enjoy the fact that I have really fresh, clean air to breathe, and I'm just going to love that.
I hear
and
shots.
It's green.
I hear shots.
That's right.
It's green everywhere.
I heard those shots loud and clear. I feel like, Anson, this is how London is as well. Like, you know, the rain, there's a bit of green, but still, you know, it's all good. Okay, so we're gonna talk about music, and we're gonna talk about the stuff that's coming up for you both very soon. But I'm gonna ask you some questions. Now, here's the thing: have you ever heard of a game called Mr. and Mrs. Game?
No.
You never heard it?
I say that I have.
Okay, maybe it's just a British thing then. Maybe it's not just an American thing.
It might be a British thing.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys a question, and then you have to... So if you think it's you, then you put your own hands up. If you think it's the other person, you just put your hand down. Okay? So, like, who's more likely to do what? Okay?
Okay.
Right.
You ready? All right, let's go for it. Okay, so who's likely to get a speeding ticket? Okay, I see this. Okay, who does more takes when recording? I had a feeling it would be you, because I watched the video and I had a feeling it could be you, Anson. I was like, so my mind's all right on that. Okay, who takes longer to get ready? Who's always late?
We're pretty punctual.
Really?
When it comes to, yeah.
Really?
Nah.
Like, you know. Really?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna let that slide. All right. Who's always late?
That's what you just said.
Well, that's what I said. Oh, sorry. I need to go. I need to get my glasses checked out again. Okay.
Maybe if she said it again, she'd probably get another answer.
Yeah.
Well spotted. Well spotted. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who was more naughtier when they were younger? Oh. I was gonna. Okay, Eric. Yeah.
But Well, I guess you should have to ask the right question. Who got caught? Both.
Who got caught the most? So it was you, basically. Really? Answer really? Wow. So you're not just an, so you're not just an innocent face then. So there is more to this sort of like quiet.
No, I mean next question.
What happened was okay. Who's more stubborn? Okay. Who's more reserved? Okay. So I know that we all pray, everybody prays and whatnot, but who's more the prayer warrior? Okay. Who's more spontaneous? Who's more of a nerd?
Boy, if you don't raise your hand, you should have been like.
Okay, who's funnier?
It's a close race.
Yeah, it's close.
It depends on the environment. People think that they think I'm the funny one, but when they get a chance to meet Anson, they see how funny he is. Our humors are a little different, but we're both kind of.
This is interesting. I'm getting to know you guys a little more. Okay, who has a better fashion style? This is like I'm gonna get a drink.
Drink some water.
Is that what? Who's better at cooking? Okay. Okay. I wonder who
he cooks the meats. I'm a vegan, so I don't eat no meat. So I got the veggies down and I hook up the stuff. See, but he doing the meats.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's a tie. Okay.
It's the grill. I mean, I could put vegetables on the grill, but it just
it doesn't hit quite as how Anson. It's not quite the same. All right. So if Lifetime got in touch with you and said, we want to do a biopic of your life, who would you want to play you? So we start with you, Eric.
Who would I want to play me? I was about to say Michael B. Jordan.
But can he sing though?
Yeah, I don't think he can sing. So it had to be somebody like. Oh, I don't even know, man. I don't know the actors that can.
I feel like Anson knows. Anson knows who he'd want to play him. Like,
who would play you?
Mahershala Ali. I'm sorry.
Mahershala.
I don't think he can sing either, but I don't know.
I don't think he can
so
sing
basically,
either.
this is something that you guys now need to think of. So think of someone an actor and can sing who could potentially play you guys for the future because it may happen.
Listen,
it could happen.
Or we could do our own voiceovers because I actually do some work in that area.
That's right.
So they'll just be ad-libbing your word. Yeah, just ad-lib. I see that. Okay, what's your favorite song from your Necessary Measures album?
Miracle, I think was mine.
I think mine would be Word Up, probably.
Oh, yeah. Word Up was great.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Miracle, actually, Miracle and Whenever I'm Lonely, those were my two favorites.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so in your best British or English accent, can you say talking to Lady T has been jolly fabulous?
Talking to Lady T has been jolly fabulous.
Talking to Lady T has been awesome, fabulous, jolly fabulous.
That was horrible.
I started getting into some like, where was I? I was like,
I don't even know where you were from.
I was I think I was like East London or something. I don't know.
No,
That's not even East London.
No,
not even.
no, not
I
even.
think
Not
I
even
was.
close.
I think I was South Wales or something. Man.
South.
I don't even think it was that
Uh,
either.
oh wow, Eric, you're pretty good at this. This is
I
fantastic.
actually do this a lot. My wife, she gets annoyed when I do it though,
Really?
cause she can't.
Oh, she can't. Oh, because she can't do it, so
No,
you do
she
it, and
can't
they
do it,
just
so
annoy
she's
her.
annoyed. She says that
Oh,
mine is horrible.
it's
She says I
horrible.
have a horrible accent. And I'm like, no, no, I
Ouch.
don't. No, I don't.
Ouch. It's
It's
as
just
it's
being a
as well.
hater.
It's as well. Okay, so guys, now
Shut up! Shut up!
don't, don't do
say
that.
that again.
She
Shut
said
up!
she didn't even understand what you said.
Are you
He
trying
was
to say
saying, "Shut
shut
up."
up?
Yeah, shut up.
Shut up!
You no, you're not. No, no,
It's as well.
no.
It's as
Stop
well.
doing that and don't do it again.
Oh, oh, okay, Eric. Wow,
Shut
Mm.
up!
this
You
is.
shut up!
I'm
You
so
really make
done. I'm so done. I'm so done with you guys. That's so funny. Okay, right, guys. So, you've been doing this for a very long time. But before we talk about music stuff, like, how many names did you go through before you arrived at Dawkins and Dawkins? Because I can imagine that like you must have gone through particular lots of names, or did it just come with the first
funny,
name?
funny story. Because Fred Hammond discovered us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we actually the name of the group was supposed to be Face to Face, which is Fred Hammond's production company name, Face to Face.
Okay.
So the name of the group was Face to Face, and there were two girls that were going to be in the group with us. It was going to be a four person group, and so that didn't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up just being me and my brother, which Face to Face still would have worked, being a two man group, but Fred he's kind of stole the name back from from us and named that his production company. And he's actually the one that said Dawkins and Dawkins. It's just be y'all's name.
Really?
Yeah, and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't take long. It didn't take long.
Wow.
But funny story though, the label came up with a few names that we just looked like that is awful. Like we would never ever take those names. One was D to
Beat
Groove,
to groove.
D the number two Groove, or what was the other one?
I don't know. I intentionally forgot them and
Yeah, I
repressed
think
them.
that one trumped everything else as the worst possible name. So I think that's why that one sticks out. But D to Groove, there's a friend of ours that actually still kind of
Calls you
messes
that.
with us to this day. And say,
DC.
"Hey, D to Groove," like, bro,
That's
really,
dead and buried.
chill.
Dead and buried. Can you leave that
Dead
alone,
and fair.
please? Leave that alone. Leave that
Leave
alone.
that back there.
Oh man, awesome. Now it's been a long time since you guys have released music. I mean, 10 years. 10 years since you released.
Yeah.
From now on. It's like I feel like people think that you guys have been doing nothing, but I have the sense that you've actually been very busy within that 10-year period and doing stuff. So what's been happening? So we'll start with you, Anson. Like, what has been happening with you in the space of the 10 years?
Well, there's been some production, some writing. Of course, writing. The production I've been doing has been with Eric. We did a couple of things with like Lexi and as well. I've been a worship pastor at a church for the last 10, 15 years now.
Wow.
So continue to do that and in raising my girls, getting them up and out and ready for the world. So that's been exciting. It's been challenging. And then getting an opportunity. We've been, continuing to write for ourselves and just, we'll continue to just go back and forth and exchange ideas on songs and for different artists and for ourselves as well.
Amazing. And what about you, Anson? I mean, Eric, sorry.
Um, Pretty much the same, other than being a worship pastor. I don't do that. I've been family man. I have a 7-year-old son now.
Wow.
My daughter is actually 27, so I didn't. She's been out of the house. Um, but just doing that, and been the vocal coach, one of the vocal coaches for a couple of television shows. I'm currently one of the vocal coaches for the Masked Singer.
Which we need to talk about a little bit later because I got questions for you about that.
Yeah, just been staying busy and walking through doors God is opening. That's
Yeah.
really doing life.
Amazing. I mean, that's all you can do, really. And like, how has the last year been for you both personally and creative? Because obviously, the pandemic has been, woo,
Yeah.
The
trying
the
every human
crazy
being on
part
earth.
the crazy part about the pandemic is actually it heightened my creativity. Like
Mm.
I literally, once we got the order to shelter in place, I literally came in this room in my house and just started creating.
Mm.
And out of, I think probably the first 2.5, 3 weeks, I probably came up with what, maybe 7 or 8 songs,
Oh wow.
Hmm.
and we ended up writing them. Of course, I collaborate with Anson.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up writing them, and those songs ended up being on this new project
Mm-hmm.
coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We already had stuff that we were going to put on it, but I started doing some different stuff, and we were going in some different directions. So some stuff didn't make the cut, but it really made me tap into who I am creatively,
Yeah.
kind of get back to the way I used to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been really good, and we've been fortunate. God has been awesome with us. It hasn't been any lack. So thank God we haven't had to go through any of that type of stuff. We've
Yeah.
both been healthy. Neither one of us um,
That's always a good
contracted
thing. Like when
Corona.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
when you
our
haven't been
families have
affected by
been.
it.
Yeah.
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 And what about you?
Yeah. For me, it has been a very introspective time. Of course, writing and doing collaborating with Eric, but at the same time, I'm more of an introvert. So this has been just a wonderful time for me, just not to have to be out
This is an
out a
introvert's
lot.
dream. And someone else is. I
Yes.
spoke to Israel Houghton, and he said exactly the same thing. He's like,
Yeah.
"This is an introvert's dream. This pandemic." And I'm
Yes.
like, wow.
Yeah. If I could, the talk of going back to things the way that things were, or
Mm.
getting back to a little bit of that, it just causes me to take a deep breath. And it's just like, okay, get yourself together. You're gonna have to be involved with some people. You're gonna have to get out there and do stuff. But it's been cool, and being here with my daughter. My daughter had to come home from school,
Mm.
so she's been back for over a year, and that was interesting having her, around, and another grown person up in the house, and so it's been interesting, but it's been fun. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
Awesome. And like, obviously, because music has really changed over the last, 10, 15 years since you guys first started, it's really changed in terms of how, we consume music and how people buy music as well. So, how are you adapting to the way, music is consumed? And does it worry you about, putting out new music and how how it's going to travel, who's going to take to it, all that kind of stuff?
I don't think we worry about it in that sense. Obviously, we wanted to get to as many people as possible,
Mm-hmm.
so we're constantly strategizing on how to roll a new project out, or how to roll new music out, and because it's a single driven industry right now, so people are releasing songs. You don't really hear a whole lot about people releasing a full project. They'll do EPs here and there, or
Mm-hmm.
just release stuff on social media, because it's so easy to write a song, record it, and put it out the next day. So a
Yeah.
lot of people are doing that. But for people like that, people like us, who really do music for for the love of it, and it's more than just trying to get something out there that we can collect a check for. We take our craft really seriously. It makes sense for us to just sit back. Don't be in a rush to put out something before you have a strategy. So we have a team of people that we've been talking to, and we've strategized on how to put this new project out, and we're doing some things that are going to be shocking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yes, shocking.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be it's something that no other gospel artist is doing. So
It's
going to
unorthodox,
be,
but
yeah.
um, yeah.
So what kind of things should we be expecting? We might as well talk about it now because I was going to ask you later, but like,
Well,
let's talk about it in full now. Let's talk about it.
just put it this way: 2021 is going to be full of Dawkins and Dawkins. So if you can imagine the last half, I know we're going into the 6th month of the year, only 6 months left. It's gonna be full of Dawkins and Dawkins because we feel like because we've been gone for so long, we not like we owe, but we just feel like we want to give our fans and even people that are not fans yet something to really chew on for a while now. So it's the way we're rolling it out is different.
Okay, okay.
We're doing
It's gonna be fun.
doing visuals, to allow.
So
the
we
song.
see videos and lots of okay, all right. And question: do you have like collaborations on this that we might not expect? And can you tell us any collaborations on this album that's going to surprise us?
Well, true to form as Dawkins and Dawkins has been in the past, we don't do a lot of collaborations.
Okay.
We do have a song or two with collaborations. One that you will be familiar with. It's an artist, but it'll be something that you'll be like, oh yeah, I love you, yeah, I got it. But and then we have
keep stuff secret, right?
Yeah, we also have we finally got our mom to do something on one of the songs with us. So, but again, because we're doing things in such a different way, over the rest of this year, there may be something that comes about as a result of how we're doing it. As of right now, we don't have any big name collabs on right now.
And you know what? And you saying that, I'm just thinking about it. Like, because I've been listening to your to the albums back again, like just familiarizing myself with it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is why you guys are so great. And there's no collaborations, there's no featured artists on it, and it's just like wow. So, and it is possible to do. Do you feel there's a pressure to do collaborations in this day and age with music because, like?
There is a pressure, but we're different. Like we don't succumb to that pressure. Like it's like I think there was a season. I'll speak for me. There was a season where I started feeling like, man, why don't nobody ever ask us to collaborate? Why don't nobody ever feature us on their projects? But they're real quick to tell us how much they love our voices and like y'all so cold. And then I started thinking, well, maybe they might be a little intimidated to have us on there. And then I was like, nah, it can't be that. Nobody's intimidated to have us on the project. It's just that there's a myriad of thoughts going through my mind, but then I settled myself. I'm like, you know what? If we're supposed to have a feature,
it will happen.
Period.
That's right.
If somebody wants us to be featured on their project, it'll happen.
Yeah.
We don't really worry about that kind of stuff. We just do the music that feels good to us, ultimately. But even in that, we're conduits. So whatever God downloads, that's what we're gonna put out. And whatever He speaks through us, it doesn't need an ad lib. It doesn't need a validation from anybody else. So if He gives us something like that and says, I need you all to link up with so and so and have them do this with you. Then we'll do it. But it's not really
And it kind of leads me to question, because you just said that, because you guys are different. So you have quite high profile people who actually are huge fans of yours. Like I was reading, and you've had people like Jamie Foxx, Wesley Snipes, Christina Aguilera, all these great actors and singers, Yolanda Adams, who are absolute fans of yours. Like, so what do you think it is about Dawkins and Dawkins that just keeps them like glued, that makes their ears like, what is it about these guys? So what do you think it is about you guys that like people just gravitate to? Anson.
I think the one of the key things, of course, is the artistry. I mean, that's a big thing. The talent, the gifts that God has given us that we utilize, and we don't do things like everybody else. I mean, we're in our own lane, and we're rocking the way we're rocking. But I think even more so, it is a result of favor that God gives us, and we walk in that favor in a humble way. It's, the humility opens up doors for us. The humility opens up relationships for us, and we never believe. I heard this years ago, but we don't believe our press clippings. When somebody does write up about us or whatever, we'll look at it and we're grateful that people think well of us. But at the end of the day, our validation is going to come from heaven. It's going to come from our relationship with God, because He's not seeking any validation. He's seeking relationship, but He's not seeking validation. So for us to try to, seek validation or whatever from other people or other organizations or other, entities that are trying to be validated by being connected to us, it's like this cyclical thing. You're trying to get validation, and I'm trying to get validation from you, and you're trying to get validation from me. So, the relationships are just a direct result, I believe, of the favor of God and us walking in humility and just being, the word says that your gift will make room for you.
Absolutely.
And I think you'll serve before, kings. You won't be just, serving in obscurity. People are going to know who you are, and the right people know who we are. The right people know what we're about. They know, that we are, that we're genuine guys.
Yep.
We're regular guys. We're not pretentious.
Yep.
We kind of off too. We kind of crazy too. So, I mean, and maybe we're not crazy. We're just not like them.
A little bit.
A little bit. A little bit crazy.
Not
just a little bit.
A little bit.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I think what it is about Anson's tone is just that I think you're too high on the notes when you say
right. The inflections are in the wrong places. You're putting the inflections in the wrong places.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was.
It was just
really. That just wasn't working. It's
really.
Yeah. It's just like no. It's okay. But you know what? It's all good. You're trying. So with this new album, I mean, the title is called
Never Gets Old.
Never Gets Old. So why the title, and like and what's going to be the theme for the album as well?
Never Gets Old. It's an umbrella. Just speaking of the grace of God, the mercy of God, the favor of God. It never gets old. There are things that we experience on a daily basis, and if anybody has done something over and over again, it tends to get old or get stale or get stagnant. But it's almost like an oxymoron saying the love of God never gets old, because you experience all the time.
Yep.
But it's still new every day. His mercies are new every day. So that aspect of never gets old is one reason why we titled it that. Our music we try to do music that's timeless, so it never gets old. Like it's you could play, like you were saying, some of the songs from the previous albums, and it still holds some relevance today. Like it can be in a regular lineup rotation on the radio or whatever, or in your playlist in your car. Like you don't miss a beat. Like and then too, as far as you know, us as men, people look at us and they're like, "Do y'all age?"
It's true.
Like you guys look like you. Other than the facial hair, like if we cut our facial hair off, we could do a photo shoot from Necessary Measures. I'm sure. So it's like that aspect of never gets old. I figured I'd throw that in there because people say that all the time,
Yeah,
and it's cool. That's just a testament to God preserving us and us having that favor.
yeah,
He
definitely.
preserved us.
Because honestly, like looking at you guys, it's like you haven't aged, which is kind of crazy. Like you just you're still the same.
What
Like
were you doing, Anthony?
yeah,
What was
exactly.
that? What's that? Don't do that. Don't do
It's
that.
just fantastic. I think it's just great. You haven't aged at all, so obviously you're keeping healthy. You're
Yeah,
like, except for obviously the grays is there, which
yeah, the gray's
is
there.
Yeah.
I
it's
might color
there
mine. I think I might
exactly
color mine once, just to see.
once just to
You
see
know?
how it looks like, and it would
Yeah.
be great. Exactly, it's all good. It's all good. But anyways, I mean, it's fantastic to see you guys back doing music. I mean, like. It's been a long time coming. I'm so glad that you're back, and just to be able to speak to you about the new music is great, and it's fantastic. Um, so what is it that you want people to get from this album? Like, what's your excitement, and what do you want people to be like? Oh my gosh! Like,
I
how did
want
these
people to
guys do
get
it?
free. I want people to get free from this album because there's so much on here that speaks to every area of life that you can apply. I just want people to be free, like because most of our music is thought provoking. So we want people to get to a point where they're like, you really reflect on your life. Like in my feelings, that's a reflection of gratitude that you get to this moment where you think about how good God has been to you and brought
Yeah,
you through so many things that it gets you to this moment where it's like a volcano, well, it wells up in you to the point where you have to stop and just sometimes just say thank you, like in the grocery store, like, man, thank you, God. I could have been this place or that place, or I could have been homeless, or even with the pandemic going on, I could have died from COVID. Any of that kind of stuff. I get up in my feelings at the drop of a dime, like thinking about stuff that God has done for me. So
yeah,
that part, and then we have a song on the record called "No Regrets." Like it's really one of those that's going to get people to stop
yeah,
and think about their life. Like don't go through your life having regrets of stuff that you didn't do, like
right.
stuff that you knew that maybe God, you know, poured into you, but you decided to hold on to it. We don't want to be, one of the ones that got the talent and buried it in the ground. Like, no,
Mm,
no, 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 no. We're gonna take these gifts and
we're
multiply
gonna make
them,
it work. Yeah,
and don't get to the end of your life full of stuff. We
yeah,
want to get to the end of our life empty.
yeah.
That's one of the phrases in the song, like
Love that.
no regrets. So we just want people to think. We want people to be able to think when they listen to our stuff.
Yeah,
Get
definitely for
free.
you. And for you, Anson?
I think the project is going to be one that gives people a fullness. There's a joy. There is no lack. Even when it feels like,
Yeah,
when it seems like I'm missing out on something, or I don't have this in my life, I don't have that in my life. To be able to, uh, music has a way of creating an atmosphere,
yeah,
whatever that atmosphere needs to be. And when I say fullness, whatever you need that music to be, we want you to be able to put on Dawkins and Dawkins and find something there that speaks to that place that you're at, whether you're lamenting something, whether it's something that has you down and you're just, you know, sorry about something, whether you are joyful about something, whether you are contemplative about something, whether you are a little bit disappointed, you know, whatever it is, there's going to be something for everybody. So, you know, at the end of the day, finding out what that is for you, you know, because everybody's going to interpret the music differently.
Yeah.
It's not this black and white. It's just, this is what it is. It's up to your interpretation. It's up to your, you know, where you are. We want to be able to meet people where they are, just as God would have us to do. We are his hands and feet. We are his agents. We are his people. So we're using the gifts that we have, the talents that he's given us, to share the good news.
Yeah, absolutely.
People that are going to be listening.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, it's pleasure speaking to you both. It's just fantastic. And I'm, again, like I keep saying, it is great to see you both back making music, because your voices, and the thing is, whenever I hear you'll hear certain songs and I hear one of your voices, I'm like, what? These guys? Like, where are you not? Where are you not doing these things?
It's jolly good. Jolly good.
It's jolly good. And real quickly, Eric, you on the Mast Singer as one of the vocal coaches. What's that experience like?
It's really, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's fun, but it's also interesting, like, because I get to meet huge spectrum of people. Like, I've worked with from Layla Ali to Tyrese, who just got, Tyrese is a friend of mine, but he just got revealed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Sarah Palin, who's I actually, it's so funny, they sent me to Anchorage, Alaska to actually work with her before she came here to be on the show. But so she was one of the ones I worked in. So that broad spectrum of people, like a lot of people. So it's been fun though, and I've taken it, you know, as another door that God opened, and I'll just walk through and, like, I'm gonna exist here until he, you know, says the time.
So real quickly, do you get to know who they are beforehand?
I know everybody before I even meet everybody. We have meetings. We have team meetings. During the show, if there's I'll just throw out a number. If there are 200 people on set, with the production, there may be 20 of us that know who everybody is.
Really?
Like, yeah, even the crew, you know, they're kept in the dark as well, because this is a really, really hush show. Because even the contestants, they have to wear disguises, like these visors, when they're on set, unless they're in the room with one of us, like the local coaches, where it's safe for them to take their visors off. When their drivers take them off set, they have to be at least a mile away before they can even take the visors off in the vehicles that they're in. It's really secret. Like, we signed an NDA. It's a top secret type thing. So
that is so cool. But it's an amazing.
I get to know everybody.
Yeah, it's an amazing show. So, you know, Anson, is there any chance that, you know, you might be on the show at some point?
Be on the Mast Singer? Why would I do that?
Great. But how about with this next project? You never know. Dawkins and Dawkins could be some contestants on the Masked Singer.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy. That would be.
We've had
we vocal coach ourselves.
Right.
So true.
We've had several duet type acts on the show, so it's definitely something that
it could work. Yeah, it could definitely work. Who knows? Wow, fantastic. Well, congratulations on the Mast Singer, and and obviously for you, Anson, on the pastoring of being a worship pastor, because that's obviously a huge thing in itself. And and the responsibility in that. And you
Yeah.
know, do you feel like you're like actually now, I don't know, is it settled in it, and just, you know, this is what you're meant to be doing apart from being, you know, singing with your brother?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. This has been, you know, I honestly started doing this not, I think, at a different church in '94. So after when Necessary Measures came out, I started doing this at a different church. So I was doing it all the way up until shortly after the Focus Project
Yeah.
took a year or so off, then moved to LA and started leading worship at a church in LA. So while I was there, I was doing it, and then, you know, working with, you know, doing some production stuff, and then, you know, at the same time, you know, doing some writing, you know, Tyrese, and that, you know, that's when we were doing that stuff. And then
Anson was vocal coaching for the Cheetah Girls too.
Yep.
Didn't say that.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
that
funny
was
because Adrienne Ballon,
Yeah.
she was one of the people that I coached on the Mast Singer, and
Yeah.
I was making her remember, it's like, you remember Anson was vocal coach? She's like, oh my God, he was. That's so crazy. So yeah, he's done some stuff. He's real quiet about his though. So
Okay, that's the introvert reserved
yeah,
character coming through, right? Like, it's okay, you know.
I'm his publicist. I do his PR. You stop putting your fingers very large. Fingers massive.
Why is it shaking?
It's like, yeah.
Why is your finger so massive?
So massive and so long. What's all that about? What is all that about?
Your Arsenio hand. I think we should stop.
That is so funny. It's so funny. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for chatting with me and with the music. Congratulations on coming back. When is the album coming out? And, you know, where can people find it? What do they need to do before it comes out, so that, you know, to make sure that we support that fully?
The album is coming very soon. Very, very soon. And
Sooner than you think.
Yeah, we're stressing very soon. The single just came out last week. So just kind of think of how people release a single and then shortly thereafter, you know, something come out.
So can I take a guess? Can I take a guess?
You can.
June.
Now,
what was that? Huh?
Are you prophetic?
Well, you know, I work. Listen, I'm a music head, so I know I know how these cycles work.
Prophetess?
Don't say prophetess.
Don't do that. No, that's not appropriate. No.
It's like not prophetess.
No.
But is it June? I feel like it's June. August.
Well, there will be more music in June. There will be more music in June. That's we can say there will be more music in June. That has always been the plan for us to have the single that came out last week, and then something else to come out in June. So you can look for something else to appear in June. I'm not saying it's the album, but there'll be some more music in it.
Can I take a wild guess? Can I take another wild guess? And I'm going to say this because of something that I saw on a live that you did, Eric, someone else, and I think you mentioned it, and I was like, is it? Is it August? Is it going to be August?
Isn't it?
You know, are you prophetic? You're prophetic.
I did mention.
This is what we're saying.
You slipped a little bit. That's what I was
why
like.
don't you maybe it's July. Why don't you try July?
So now you're going to try and throw me off because you said music is coming out in July.
No, it's not.
Not
throwing you off. It's just that we have.
You said August? Hey, that's prophetic.
It could be.
It could be. Okay.
It could be.
Okay. When it comes out,
whatever you say, we're going to say yes to whatever you say. Yeah.
You guys are very well trained, very well media trained. I see it. That's okay. I see you guys.
but I will say this, and I need you to say this on air.
Okay.
You need to have us back when more music comes out.
Listen, I'm all for it. I'm going to have you back. If you have me back, I'm good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
We look forward to meeting you when we come over as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. So when will that be? Well, I guess when
Listen,
the
as soon
borders
as
have been
You
opened.
say.
Yeah, as soon as the outside opens.
Shall I say it?
You say. Say it.
You say it, because you're the prophet. Come on.
Let's
When do you say?
say November, possibly.
November.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good with November.
Yes.
November. Okay,
Yep.
November.
I'm good
I'm
with
gonna put.
November.
I'm gonna pray on that, and I'll be like, God, you said November.
Yes.
Let it be. Hallelujah.
Yes. Yes.
We're going
Awesome,
to
awesome.
agree.
Okay, so how can people keep in touch with you? Like your social media handles, website, so that they can follow you. Yeah.
At E Dawkins.
Mm-hmm.
At
At
Dawk.
A Doc.
And at Real Dawkins and
Dawkins.
Dawkins.
Real Dawkins and
Yes.
Dawkins.
And then
Okay.
Facebook, just our names, Eric Dawkins and Anson Dawkins. You can find us there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Fantastic.
also, I keep forgetting to say this. We are signed to a label called Legacy Music Group,
Yeah.
which I happen to be the president of A&R as well. And,
Talk about that.
So you can,
Getting
you
longer
can
and
find
longer.
us there
Like
too.
I just, do you know what? Every time something comes up, it's long. All right. Okay. So we got about a couple more minutes. All right. So really,
Yeah, so Legacy Music Group, that's where we are now, and that's another reason why we felt like it was time to put something out. It's a family label, so we're among family, and
which is great.
yeah.
And
So
what's it like doing A&R, like being, because that's a big role, but it's also a rewarding role at the same time because
You know
get
what?
to meet, get to discover.
For me,
talent.
it's a lot like what I already do because I've been taxed to give people my professional opinion
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. I've been a judge on a panel judging people singing. I've had to audition people, so it just kind of falls. It was a natural progression for me.
Mm-hmm.
So just putting this executive hat on, I get to put together projects, playlists, songs. Get to discover people. I can see somebody on Santa Monica Pier and like, I think I like them. Let me see what I can do for them. So that type of thing, that's a really good feeling to know I can, have the power to possibly change some people's lives.
Yeah.
But executive is just really doing more of what I do, being able to recognize a great song,
Yeah.
and put it in the right place.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. It's good because when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, this is such a good move." Within the label, and of course, people coming to you because you are a trusted voice. I think we both are. You both are a trusted voice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. So it's just gonna for it to take to another level, or how you can
Yeah.
take it to another level, is
Yeah.
great. And and God is with you guys, man. The strength,
Yeah.
everything, which is the most important
Yeah.
thing. So yeah,
Yes.
also. Thank you guys once again.
Thank you,
It's
lady.
been a
Thank you,
pleasure
lady.
until next time. Honestly, we look forward to seeing you. Look forward to the album as well.
This
For
was
sure.
awesome.
For sure.